Kia ora and welcome to Crafter Artosaurus. Today's Sunday and I am back on my scroll. I'm just going to have a little bit of fun and make a few houses today. So I'm just going through the fabrics over here that I've got that I kind of picked out and thought, yeah, I'll use that. As you do, as you just kind of mumbling to yourself and doing that sort of thing. Actually, I'd like to use some of this as well because I love this fabric. So let's have a little house here. We'll do it out of this. I'm just going to cut out a square. It's nothing exotic. Everything's just going to be freehand, kind of just fun. I think that's what the scrolls are meant to do. You just let your imagination kind of run wild and you make things up as you go. So there's a little house. It needs a roof on. I think that'll be quite a nice roof. So I might do a roof like that. There we go, a little roof. I'd like to do a couple of things. So I'm going to do another house right next door to it. So it looks a little bit like the houses are joined. I hope that's what it's going to look like anyway. I really do love this fabric here, but it is very hard to sometimes stitch through. So yeah, it's kind of a fun, funky little fabric. I think I'm going to go like that. I'm going to have a smaller house, and I've got that on an angle like so. I'm just going to put it underneath the other one like so, and a different sort of roof. Oh, let's have a look. Oh, there we go. Oh, look, there's a round roof there. That will be oversized, but I quite like the thought of that. So if we put an oversized roof on, I want everything to be at different, well, I want this house, even though it's joined up, I want it to be a different size kind of thing. So just going to take some of this off, this bit up here. Not really sure which is the right and which is the wrong way here, so I'm just having a little play. I think that could be the right way there. Bring it down like so. Like I said, there's no rhyme or reason to what I'm doing. I'm just having fun. Really am. I'm giving it a kind of a circular type roof. And do I want another one behind it? I think I do. I want a different colour. Oh, that's going to clash beautifully. So I'm going to use this. It's not really making any sense at all, is it? Oh dear. I'm just going for it, really. I'm just really playing now, aren't I? Yep, just having a little bit of fun. I might need to get my glue out to glue everything down. I think that can go beside it like so. And I'm going to go back to this fabric. Put this roof like this, make a square. It can go under the other one. There we go. So there's a few layers there, but I do not feel that matters, and that looks really funky. Yeah, I really like that. Okay, I'm back with my glue, and I'm just going to glue everything down. Yep, just a little bit of glue here and there. This is a glue stick that I got here at the local Pins and Needles. So if you type in Pins and Needles, her store will come up, and yep, if you need something like this. But I think they're all around New Zealand. You can find them, these little fabric glue sticks. They're not very expensive, ergo that's why I've got it. Oh dear, I'm shocking. I can be quite cheap sometimes, and I know that, but I just can't help myself. I like a bargain. I think it's a New Zealand thing. Yeah, quite a few of my friends like bargains as well. So, I don't know. It's just something that we all seem to like. So I'm just putting a little bit of glue on the back, not a lot, but just enough to stick it down. So I'm going to find it easier to stitch. So this one here went on this side, and I had it back to front, the fabric. So it's inside out, and I know it's inside out, but I quite liked that look. So yep, around about there, and I'll put the other roof on over here. So I think that was that way round. Did I want it to hang off the end? I might want it to hang off the end. So these were just from the Recycle Centre in Christchurch, and I did like them quite a bit, actually, to tell you the truth. So do I want that behind everything? Like so. Oh, I think I quite like that. So I just want to bring it down a little bit. So I'm just moving, because it's glued down, you know, I can move things around. And yep. I'll put this one in front of that one, but the house is behind that one. Oh, cool. Yep, I'm loving that. Right, so I'm going to pull that down, and you get little refills for these, which are really cool. I think I used to get like 5 refills in a pack, and it doesn't seem very expensive at all, but I could be wrong. It could be very expensive, and I'm just not recognizing that. But yeah, I'm usually a bargain person. I'm going to move all my fabrics just over to here, so that I don't have them right in front of me, and I'm just cutting the bottom off so that it looks a little bit tidier. Lots and lots of little bits and pieces. I've got it on top of my Ork jar. Oh dear, Ork container. There we go. I've got my Ork container out of the way. Oh, I do love that. Not sure about this roof. I think it should be behind the other roof. So let's just try that and see what it looks like. You wouldn't see that bit, so I wonder, can I bring it behind this and just have it hanging over a little bit? If I hang it over enough, I can make it into kind of like a carport kind of thing, which would be rather cool. I could have a little scooter or something in there, but I don't know. Right, so for this I'm using Perlé threads, and I've got my Perlé threads right in front of me. Masses and masses and masses of them. This is from my friend Kathy over in Australia. So I'm using these needles, and by the look of it, I'm using the blue one, which is a Chanel 24. So she made this for me. Very lucky am I. I don't think I'm going to use yellow. I think what I'm going to do is I'm grabbing my bag of scrap yarn. So just give me a second while I do that. Here we go. This has got lots of different coloured scrap yarns, and I think I might use this instead of my Perlé threads. That way I'm going to get rid of ends that aren't, you know, I've got all these different colours I can choose from. So yeah, and it's got all sorts of different threads in there. So that could be a lot of fun, actually. So, yep. Let's see, I would like... Yep. I'm going to use, I think, 2 threads of it, because it's rather, oh, well, no, I've got 2 there, so I'm going to use 3 threads. It came out quite simply, so yeah, there we go. Oh, very nice. And I think I will stitch down this house first and kind of work my way over. just moving it so it's comfortable in my hands. And I'm just going to do an overstitch, I feel. Just a quick little overstitch. Oh. Don't know how close I'm going to be. And after this, I'll do that roof so that stays down. And again, I'm most probably going to be using an overstitch on it, but I don't know. Yeah, I'll see how I go. I'm going to leave the threads that I'm using for the going around this building out until I've completed everything here. So I think I'm just going to put a few little houses on today. I might not finish them on camera. We'll see how we go. I need to get in, and I didn't make a lasagna yesterday. It took me an age to do the editing on the video, believe it or not. I don't know, I just seem to be, and oh, my computer and my phone were both playing up, so I was having jolly tough time yesterday editing, so that's okay. I know when I go through to Christchurch, my daughter will be able to fix all that up, so I can be quite relaxed about it. But oh, and we went to see Naked Gun, the new one with Liam Neeson in it. It was all right. I actually like the Naked Gun movies, so I found it quite amusing. I don't think my husband did. Yeah, but I was ready to see Toby Thomas in the other movie, so yeah, that's okay. Didn't kill me, did it? No, it didn't. I did not get kumara fries, because the last time I got kumara fries while I was in the movies, I got incredibly sick. Poor, did I ever. And I can't put up with it anymore. Anything that I know is making me slightly sick, I'm just not doing anymore. So I think I'm going to go around this roof with this lovely colour. I'm keeping my blue out so I can do some details. I don't know, I might do my windows in it, or put the door in it or something. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing. Again, I'm going to use 3 threads. So it's always good if you have leftover thread and it's at a funny stage. You know, it's too big to throw out, but you don't really want to use it for something else. Then, I don't know, I've always had a bag and I just throw everything into the bag, and yeah, it comes in handy, like for this sort of project, and for other things it'll come in handy too. So these are all different sizes and different threads. I can see some yarn in there actually, so I might see if I can couch that down and make a few trees. See, it gives you ideas when you see things like that. I know they'll be purple, but it won't matter. It does not matter in the least what colours you use. Well, I guess it does, you know, if it really clashes, but I kind of want the colours to clash a little bit, so I'm looking for something that's a little bit clashy. I figure my thread work is going to be what makes the scroll pop. Well, at least I hope it's going to be the thread work. Oh dear. There we go. I need to move it around like this. Don't think I have enough glue on here, or it's come unstuck or something. So also the ladies I follow over in Australia, all my Aussie followers, they all use Yoo-hoo sticks or whatever. They get it from they're blue and they go clear. So I have a look for them here in New Zealand, and I did find those sticks at I think it was Warehouse Stationery, but then the next time I went and looked on their site, they weren't there. So I think it's one of those ones you can only find in store. Yeah, and I think I've also seen them in Kmart, but again, the Christchurch Kmart is not the best for doing that sort of thing and keeping them. Oh, so this one I'm thinking, yeah, I know what I want to do. I've got a picture now in my head with these houses, so that is cool. Now remember, if you have some fabric and you've got those Inktense blocks, or I guess you could use the pencils, but I am not recommending you use Inktense pencils for one simple fact. People are saying you just rub the end of them with a wet brush and pick up the Inktense, colour that way. That is the easiest way on splitting the wood in any pencil that you have. You never ever put any water near the end of a pencil. That's how you split it, and you won't be able to use it again. And I am frugal to the least, to the best of my abilities, and that to me is just a waste of something that the pencils are also quite expensive. I know they're in more places, so what you really want to do, yep, I'm telling you that they're telling you that you're doing it wrong. What you really want to do, and what a lot of artists do, is we have a piece of plastic board, one of those old cutting boards you have that you've used and is at the end of life. So it's getting near the end of its life, your cutting board. It's got lots of cuts in it. It's plastic. And so there's lots and lots of cuts in the plastic board. Ergo, it's very rough. And all you do is you grab your Inktense pencil and you rub it against that board. Just like you would be colouring in a page. You just put lots and lots of colour down with your pencil. And then you put your pencil to the side and you get a damp brush, not a wet brush, a damp brush, and you pick up the pigment that you've just put on that board, and then you can use that to paint with. So yeah, and it must be a damp brush, not a soaking wet brush. So when you put it against the side of your hand, it just feels the damp, and that will be nice and dark and just right for you to use. So if you've got pencils and you want to do a little bit of fabric painting or paint up some threads, that's what you do. You just get a rough old cutting board and you use that. So I think the idea came from Karen Dash, was it? And they had a little board, that was quite expensive. I think it was like $60, and it looked just like a cutting board to me. And I thought, hang on, if I got an old cutting board that I'd cut into a lot, it'd be rough like that and I could pick up the colour. And they do that with their pastels. So you can use a pastel when it's wet to paint things, with. So you put your pastel onto it and you can pick that up with a damp brush, and then you can use that. So I'm thinking, well, my thought was, why couldn't I do that with my Inktense pencils? And that's what I tried a couple of times, and it worked a treat. Absolute treat. I was very, very happy with the results. So, yep. If there's a little hint for you, if you've got an Inktense pencil or a set of them, you can get a set of 12, I think it is, quite reasonably here in New Zealand. Or if you go to Mighty Ape, they have Inktense palettes where you can get 24 Inktense blocks, little colours, and you can use that just like a palette. So your blocks are smaller. They're not a full block. They're like a third of a block or a half of a block, I think it is, in these palettes. and you get lots of colours, and it's usually around about $30-ish. So you can get that from Mighty Ape, and Mighty Ape is very, very quick here in New Zealand in delivering to yourself and all that sort of thing. But I think Mighty Ape is the cheapest in New Zealand. It is cheaper than Amazon. So I don't know how they do it, but they must get everything straight from Derwent, because every so often, which this really annoyed me, they had a full set, I think it was 72 of Inktense blocks, and it was like $80. And I thought, I'm going to get that set for my birthday. And then, of course, it's now close to my birthday, went online. Well, no, they're up to $300 again. So, yep, you need to keep an eye on that sort of thing. And when you see it on special, grab it then. It's like anything that's on special, you've got to grab it when you see it. Because I actually thought, oh, yeah, that special must be around for a while. You know, I've only just seen it. But no, that wasn't the case at all. At all. So, no one to blame but myself. And that's the truth of the matter. So, yeah, bit annoyed with myself, but that's okay. So, I'm just going to come and grab the other three. I'm not going to pull them apart. I'm just using them like that. And I just need a little bit to finish off this roof. I most probably, you know, don't need to, but you know me, I'm pedantic sometimes. Pedantic Paula. I'm just looking at the back, and I'm going to tie those together, because basically I'm feeling lazy today. No, I'm not. I've been very busy, so yep. Not doing a lot, just busy. I did the ironing and all that. You know, I hardly ever iron anymore, let's be truthful. But I thought, oh, my husband's work gear is just not looking right at the moment, so I gave everything a good iron, and now it looks fantastic. So I don't know, they're meant to be anti-crease kind of things that you can use in the hospital, but I thought, no, it's the anti-crease thing and it must have worn out or something, because it definitely needed a jolly good iron, and they both look brand new again. So I don't know. Right, from there I'm going to do a running stitch. So I'll just do one more to be on the safe side. There we go. Be careful. And I just want to do a running stitch from kind of here, turning it again. I'm just going to run up this roof here. Oh, might have to go in and out, it's a bit thick. I should have thought about it a little bit more, because I think the felt goes on last on these, so it hides all of your messiness, so that's okay. Last night while I was uptown, we have this cool place uptown where someone's doing a lot of weaving, and he also has weaving classes, and in his window they had spools. So I don't think he's selling them, because obviously he would use them on his weaving machines, wouldn't he? But no, I'm gonna have to go in and ask, because I would like me some. But I'll put a picture on the end of the spools I found. I was like, oh my God, it's spools. So that's one of the things I'm finding a little bit difficult to get here in New Zealand. I don't think I'm in the right area for it. So I know Palmerston, where I grew up, Palmerston North, I just call it Palmerston, they had a lot of, what would you call it? Yeah, just a lot of places that had knitting and all that sort of thing. So they used to make fabrics and all of that. And they did have a lot of factories where they would have used the spools. So I take it they'll be in the second-hand stores up there in Palmerston North. So I don't know if anyone here is from Palmy, but if you are and you're in the second-hand stores and you see one, you know, it would be good to know where you can find these spools throughout New Zealand. I know you're lucky when you come across them. Yeah, and I remember Corinne went somewhere and there were like boxes and boxes and boxes of spools. So they must have done weaving or something in that town. So I think, but I could be wrong, but I'm fairly certain in Canterbury they had a clothing manufacturer there, and I think they did a bit, and they should have had spools there. So hopefully some of those spools are somewhere around Canterbury and I can pick one up. But I remember when I was growing up, because that's where all of our swan dries used to come from, which were made out of wool and everything, and a lot of the fabric was made there for uniforms for the sports teams and all of that. And that, of course, now is all made overseas. So there we go. That roof looks cool. Just what I'm throwing this in my Ort container. Ought to have done that. I think I'm going to do down here first. And it's a fun, funky colour. So let's see, what have I got here that's fun and funky? Kind of like that purple. I don't think I'll have a lot of purple in here because I'm not really a purple lover. I said that the other day, didn't I? You know, the purple. Well, there we go. Look, I found some. Oh, that's more blue, isn't it? That's purple. That's purple? Yeah, that's purple. So I'll give that a go. Oops, can't. There we go, one. And I just need to go down one side, so there's going to be more than enough for that. Oh dear, done it again. I can hear the birds tweeting outside. They're tweeting. And I need to go around to the supermarket today. So I figured that's where our walk is going to be with Cleo. We're going to shoot off to the supermarket. First of all, I've run out of dog food. So that's not good. So I need to get some possum meat that comes from Australia. I think the possum meat comes from Australia, or it could be a New Zealand one. I guess it could be New Zealand. But yep, she loves possum meat at the moment. So I've got a possum dog roll that I've been buying, and she is very, very happy with that. So yeah. Unlike the cat who gets fed lasagna from the next door neighbour. Oh dear. Am I ever going to get over that? No, I don't think I am. Oh, it's just and tomatoes aren't good for animals, so yeah, I don't know. Here we go. Again, it's just an overstitch. Nothing's too funky at this place and time. I guess in the last one I did a lot of long stitch and overstitch and that sort of thing. So one French knot, running stitch. So I'm using fairly easy stitches here. I'm not doing very straight stitches either. Oh dear. Shocking. But I am loving it. It's just so, yeah, I've got to say, very enjoyable. I'm stopping there. That's all I need to do. And now I need to go around this roof, tying off in the back. Oh, this is lovely wool fabric too. Wool felt. My favourite wool felt. Can't seem to find this colour anymore. So, yep, I've only got little bits and pieces of it left. Roof. I'm thinking it would be rather fun and funky to do it. Oh, this goes on forever. And this. Oh, this is a lovely long piece. It must have been the end of a skein or something. I don't know. Oh, that's massive. Okay. 1. I'm trying to pull off 3, but because it's so long, here we go, 2. And the last bit, 3. So I won't tell you what's in the Naked Gun movie, just in case you want to go and see it yourself. But I did find it very amusing. So yeah, but like I said, I am a fan of those Naked Gun movies. You know, really ultra silly, over the top, stupid kind of things. I get it. People are bemused why people like them, but yep, I really did enjoy it. I got curly fries. I didn't get kumara chips. No, I went straight for the potato. And I had curly fries, and I'm absolutely fine today. So I don't know. I have a funny feeling because they serve aioli with everything, and I had said with my kumara fries, no aioli. And I think what they did was they put aioli in the, what would you call it, in the little sauce container thing, and realised I'd said, oh, no aioli. So then they've just gone and they've thrown in, they've pulled that out, and instead of washing the container, they've just thrown in tomato sauce on top, or whatever it was, on top. And so this time I said, no aioli, and she said, oh, okay. And then I said, I'm allergic to garlic. So if you pour the aioli into the container and then give me the container with tomato sauce in, I will be sick. And she looked at me a bit shocked. And she said, oh, all right. And when she delivered it, I also said, there is no way that garlic has been in this. You haven't put aioli in, then emptied it and thought, oh, I won't know. I said, because I'm highly allergic to it and it will make me incredibly sick. And she just looked at me and she smiled and said, no, I did the pouring of the sauce, and this has been straight out of the dishwasher to you. And so I said, oh, thank you very much. So I felt like I was really making a big deal out of it. But, oh, I was so sick. I was so sick after having those curly fries. And that's all I can put it down to. Sorry, having those kumara chips. Because kumara chips were one of the first things I could eat. So I knew that kumara chips were fine. That and carrot sticks. Oh, I'm over carrot sticks now, but you know, it seems to be the garlic that sets me off now. So yep, I just stay right away from it. Anything in the onion garlic family. So no, it was a lovely movie, very romantic. Oh, the gun was naked after all. Oh dear. My husband and I go to the weirdest things sometimes. Oh. But we were determined to go to the movies. So, yep, we went and thoroughly enjoyed ourselves. Yeah. His golf yesterday wasn't the best, so he wasn't very happy with that. But, you know, you have good and bad days with golf. And he's gone today to play, and I think it's called an Ambrose. So you play with another person and your best shot is what gets put down on the card or something weird like that. I'm not really sure. I don't really follow. I listened and went, I thought that was good enough. Oh dear, I need to take more interest in this golfing thing, don't I? But I just can't. I did play it when I was, you know, younger and, you know, we were dating. I played golf with him a bit then. But let's be truthful, I did it because, you know, I wanted him to like me. Now he doesn't have to like me. You know, it's like, fine, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Oh, dear. False advertising. False advertising. But then again, we went dancing, you know. And then after we got married, he said, I've got some bad news. I don't like dancing, so this is it. This is the last dance. So both of us had false advertising, you know, because I love to dance. So, yep. Doesn't matter. Oh, gosh. I've got my curtains open, but it's a little bit cloudy out there, but this room is definitely heating up, unlike the rest of the house, which is a freezing icicle at the moment. I haven't turned on the heat pumps. It's just me, and anyway, I'm in the art studio, and usually when I'm in my art studio, it's always lovely and warm in here, except for in the winter. Oh, it can be a horrible place in the winter. But yeah, I really am thinking it's more spring-like at the moment than anything else. I'm thinking this looks like a tree, but it's going to be a house. So don't go there, Paula. Don't go there, Paula. You'll put some trees on shortly. I know, I will. Oops, gone around there. Some bright thread that's come out of me container. Last one up here. I'm not sure what I'm doing with this roof, so I'm going to leave that there. And gosh, this is a lovely long piece. I think this goes, yeah, this goes up and past where it should, so I need to bring it down. Still up and past where it should, needs to come down. There we go. Right, so I'm just going to go around here a bit more, and I will need to cut this bit of material off over here. And just another one under here just to hold it in place, just to be safe. There we go. Right. I'm just going to, again, tie off back here. Like I said, this was a lovely long piece. I don't quite know why this is in here, but it could be because of it was in a kit or something, and I didn't use a lot of that colour, because I can definitely see this about the right length for when you get them in kits, cross stitches and that sort of thing. So, yep, I knew that was going to happen. That was that way around, wasn't it? And I decided I didn't want them all to be the same. So that needs to be cut off at around about there. I'll put it in with my scraps. My mat's moving. I need to do something about that. Yep, that's around about right. It just needs to be re-glued because the glue's come off because I've been moving it around when it's dry. Just like so. What colour do I want on this roof? Oh, that's a funky colour. So this looks like a perle thread, and I'm just going to use that. I don't see any more of this in that little kind of bag of threads, but I'm happy. Oh, it looks lovely. I'm just going to start over here where it's the thickest, I feel, and work my way around again. So I might turn off the camera because you've seen me already do this enough, and it's just an overstitch I'm doing, just holding it all down. So I will overstitch over this, and I'll be back shortly. Okay, I'm on to the last house. I just pulled out some light blue thread, and I know it's a kind of a funny greeny colour, but I figure I'm going to use this, and because it's so small width-wise, I don't even think it's a centimetre. I'm just going to do a running stitch across. I'll try to push that in with my thumb off. I'm going to leave you after I've done this. That's all I'm going to do on this project this week. I need to just pop away and do a few things, and so sorry it's a very short video, but if you're following along and you're joining in, then I would recommend that you just throw on a few houses here and there. I don't want any houses down here. I've got a plan for down here, so that's why I'm leaving this end. And so I've got a lighthouse, 3 houses, and there's a bunny over here. I'm not quite sure if that will stay there, but I also need to put on some trees, and I'm thinking because it's a beach scene, I kind of know what sort of trees I want there, so I think they'll be stitched on. So next week we'll come back and we'll do some decoration on these houses that we've just put on today. Yeah, so a nice quick little video that hopefully I can process. Oh dear, we'll be going through to Christchurch shortly, I feel. Yep, that's starting to get a little bit annoying. So I've got a bit of a bigger gap there, but it's quite thick, so I'm just going with it now. There we go. Gosh, thread. I can see while it's in there, this one's just not on it. Any excuse to knot, it just goes not on. Nope, I'm knotted. There we go. This is the last one that'll go all the way across. So a very relaxing piece actually. Feel something on the end of this needle, like it's got something there, so I need to get some walnut shells, I know that. So, and someone did tell me where to get them in New Zealand, so thank you very much. And I do have that down to do, I just still haven't got around to it. I've been a shocker lately. I did actually think I would have time to go and visit a few stores when we went for Mum's funeral, but of course we didn't. I should have known better than that. So there we go. That's where I'm going to leave you. We've just got 3 new houses down. I think there are going to be some palm trees here, which I will do stitching. And I've got plans for over here, so don't panic. And yeah, so I'll see you all next week. If you like this, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and thank you all very much for watching. Actually, I'd really like to put in some, instead of trees, I'm thinking I might do some strawberries. I don't know, I've got strawberries on the mind. Strawberries on the mind. All right, I'll see you all later. Thank you very much for joining me today. All right, bye everyone. Bye.